Hey guys, welcome to Rad Tech Reviews. My name's Kyle. We're going to be talking about Psych, Season 1, Episode 7. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Say it with me. Go ahead and like and subscribe, comment down below. You can follow my Twitter or my letterbox. Those are in the description below. So this episode is a fun one. This one is just basically there just for fun. You know, that's because it's a very silly premise. So they kind of mess around with a little bit, like, is there going to be something supernatural going on? Which they do the same thing in another episode in season 3 involving potential hauntings and stuff. But so you find out in the beginning here, Sean has hired a non-English speaking model to be their secretary, which they clearly don't have the money for. But they have a guy come in, thinks he's haunted, wants them to kind of take the case and check out his house and see what they think as far as what's going on, and then it's off to the races from there. And they kind of stay the night at the guy's house, which I can't remember this guy's name, the actor. He's always kind of these random squirrely kind of characters, but it's nice. It's always fun to see a familiar face, even if it's not somebody I can necessarily put my finger on. But I'd be like, I know that guy. But they stay the night. They do some investigating, so they kind of experience a little bit of some of the things that are going on. You know, they wake up the next morning. Gus has lipstick on his forehead. Some of the guy's photo albums, there's X's marked through him. There's other random stuff. And towards the beginning, there's also, it links back later on, but because Gus is a pharmaceutical rep, there's a doctor that is like on his route or something who passes away, and that ends up playing back into the episode later, which I always like it when there's like a B story type of tidbit, and I like that when it ends up linking back into our main story later on, rather than just being completely separate things, which I don't mind, but it is fun when everything kind of comes together for a reason as far as the writing is concerned. So they do some more kind of looking around. You know, they go check out Robert, that's the guy's name, the character's name. Check out his ex-girlfriend that left him, and find out that, you know, he got weird. He disappeared at times, and, you know, kind of relationship stuff she didn't want to deal with. And Sean determines that it definitely wasn't her doing the haunting, because her lips did not match the lips on Gus's forehead from the lipstick. And they go back to Robert's house, kind of look around a little more, and they find a secret compartment or room or space, kind of an attic space almost, with tons of women's clothes and jewelry and perfume, like a whole living space basically. And they determine that, you know, the person who's doing it is Robert himself, that he has dissociative identity disorder, or, you know, split personality basically. So you get a really fun scene where they want to bring Robert up there and try to use triggers from what is up there to see if they can get his other side to come out, so that they can talk to that person instead. Just by snooping around, Sean sees the name Regina written down on one of the file folders for the case, and he thinks that maybe that's the name, so he starts using it. And, you know, he asks him, like, hey, do you feel pretty? And so they do get him to flip, which I bet as an actor, doing that kind of stuff where you kind of get to take on multiple roles in one character, I bet that's fun. You know, kind of like iZombie. I can't imagine that being my job, but like, that girl does so many different things with that role. Like, I bet it's a lot of fun if, you know, you're really passionate about acting and stuff like that. So they get Regina to come out to talk to her and determine that she's kind of doing some stuff to kind of, you know, basically let Robert know, like, hey, there's another personality in here who's dangerous. violent one, which they find out is the violent side of Robert. The third personality that exists is the one that kills the doctor. And the reason he kills the doctor is because Regina herself is going to have gender reassignment, so that she, as the female personality, will be the only personality left. So like both the Robert and the other personality will be dissolved by getting rid of that gender side, and then the female side will be all that remains. The violent side is named Martin Brody, which is Roy Scheider's character from Jaws, which, as I've mentioned already, my favorite movie of all time. Anytime I get a Jaws reference in something, I'm going to talk about it. Obviously here it plays more into the story, so of course I'm going to mention it, but yeah, I don't care. So they figure that out. Regina got a new doctor, so that's where we end up catching Martin Brody. He's going to try to take out Doctor Number 2 that's coming in on the case to help Regina with her gender reassignment. Robert comes back at the very end, completely confused as they figure everything out, and then that's pretty much it. It's a pretty clean and cut episode. It's just the premise of it with the whole split personality and stuff. It's just a lot of fun. And this sun is pissing me off the way it's shining in on me. But yeah, it ends that Gus hires a male secretary, which Sean is okay with it. They fire him through text from like 10 feet away right there at the end, right before it goes to credits. Which, I mean, if somebody does the job right, that's really all that matters, as long as you can pay him, of course. But I understand Sean's sentiment that he wants a hot female secretary. I get it. But nothing wrong with a little eye candy, you know. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments down below. And that's it for this one. Thanks, guys.